Welcome to the Wedding Business Growth Coach podcast, a podcast dedicated to sharing everything you need in bite-sized episodes to set up your wedding business for success and get your diary fully booked, full of those dream wedding clients. You're here with me, Jen Maynard, Wedding Business Growth Coach and founder of the Boho Bride Guide wedding blog and supplier directory. Each episode is full of value and structured around my wedding business anchor fundamentals framework to give you straightforward, step-by-step activities to put in place into your business that will position yourself as the go-to wedding supplier within your specialism. Let's go! Welcome! In this episode, we will be answering the question, what is a wedding business niche? And by clarifying yours, how this can help you get discovered in Google by your ideal wedding clients. I'm going to be sharing a little bit of context, and then we're going to be heading straight into 2 activities to help you get started in this arena. So, what is a wedding business niche? Now, I know this subject can turn a lot of people off, either not knowing exactly what it means potentially, or whether they're worried about pigeonholing themselves into a specific wedding niche and potentially missing out on work. But actually, if you cater for your wedding business niche successfully, this can really be the fundamentals to a successful and profitable wedding business that can basically enable you to live your best life. And so I'm going to help you today to get started with this. Now, what is a wedding business niche? So it is a specific subsection of a general wedding category. And this specific niche attracts a particular type of community of people that aspire for a similar type of wedding day outcome. And they also have a similar sort of outlook on life and values and ethos around life. And so by you gaining experience around serving your wedding clients, you can clarify who you want to serve, who you enjoy serving, and what niche you want to position yourself as that expert within that arena. And enable you to, really hone in and serve that type of community with the same attributes, sort of lifestyle choices, passions, values, and wedding day challenges and pain points. And you need to be able to, pay close attention to this community and what their characteristics are, and ensure your online content, your social media, products and services that you offer, firstly, meet their expectations and exceed them. And so I'd really recommend, whether you're, just starting out in your wedding business or whether you've been at it for a while, revisiting this activity sort of on an annual basis, because we develop as wedding business owners, and therefore our niche will evolve over time and who we aspire to attract and serve. And so I've got 2 activities that I'd love you to have a go at. So activity number 1, it's going to take about 10 minutes, and it's all around naming your niche. Might take a bit of, practice and re-going over it, but over time, you'll be able to really hone in and specify what community you really serve. And so activity 1, we're going to look at what category you come under, what community you serve, and what niche identity you want to portray within your business tagline. So what category? This is, again, what is mentioned, the overarching wedding category that you come under. So an example, wedding photography for an example category. So then coming down slightly, what community do you serve? And what target wedding audience do you want to be attracting through your website, through the blog content that you create, through the social media content you put out into the world? Who do you want to be attracting, and who do you want to work with, and who lights you up when you get that inquiry and you're like, yes, I want to be part of that wedding? So if you're category may be wedding photography. What community? Now I've got an example. So you may be a wedding photographer that serves eco-conscious, outdoorsy couples that are planning an elopement wedding in Scotland, in a geographical area at the end of it, maybe. Another example, your category might be a wedding celebrant. Your community may be an engaged couple looking to unite two families together into one through a wedding ceremony. And then the tagline or niche identity may well be something around a wedding celebrant specializing in uniting families. And within your tagline, you need to hone in on that community and share what is your unique selling point, what differentiates you from other celebrants or other photographers within your space. And this helps you then, firstly, putting content out into the world that enables you to attract that type of community that you really aspire to work with. Once you've done that, I've got another activity. Now, the next activity will take about 30 minutes. And this is all around beginning to create your niche keyword list. And this is super helpful when it comes to your SEO, your search engine optimization through Google. And then you can do the same and replicate that for Pinterest, for example. So once you've got a name and you've got a tagline for your said wedding business niche, now it will be easier to hone in on those keyword phrases that you want to be discovered under, and actually what your target wedding audience are whacking into Google to find your services and products for their wedding day. So the next activity is to, once you've clarified your tagline, get a spare piece of A4 paper, stick it in the middle, and around your tagline, I want you to fill the page with every type of phrase that is related to your wedding specialism. This could take a bit of time, maybe 20 minutes, really go into every sort of area of your wedding specialism. I've done an example around the photography again. So, for an example, if your tagline is eco-conscious outdoor elopement wedding photography, you might go down the route of examples of outdoor wedding venues. So a teepee woodland wedding, a yurt field wedding, all of, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then the other side of your tagline might be something around eco-friendly wedding ideas. What are your target wedding audience going to be putting in to find your services? Get it down on this piece of paper. If you go down the elopement side of your tagline, elopements in Scotland and seeing, all of those variations that come into your mind there. When you've exhausted what's in your mind, I want you to open Google search, and of all of the ones that you've noted, take some time to put them into the Google search bar and see what Google comes up with through their autofill. So you'll notice when you write that into the search bar, elopement wedding, it can then gives you, the autofill gives you further examples of what people are searching for within your wedding niche. So what came up when I did elopement wedding, elopement wedding packages, elopement wedding dress, elopement weddings UK, elopement wedding packages near me. So it's using that geographical tag as well. Note down all of these additional examples that Google come up with. And then once you've done that for each of your keyword phrases on your page, do it again and then go into the SERPs, which is the search engine results page. So, put in elopement weddings, click enter, and then see what web pages are coming up ranking well under that keyword phrase. Then have a look at what keywords and what are they talking about in general, and what does Google like, because if they're ranking well, that's what Google is saying, right, this page is ranking well for elopement weddings. See what they're talking about. See how they frame their content. Have they got quite a lot of blogs on the subject? So Google sees them as that expert within their field. And note down other keyword phrases that they're using within their content. This will really help you get a wider picture of what else you can be talking about within your online content, and to ultimately position yourself as that go-to wedding supplier for what you offer. After completing these few activities, you should end up with 2 or 3 pages full of keyword phrases that are related to your wedding niche. Now, this not only enables you to be more clear on what you are offering and who you are offering it to, who you are serving, it will give you a real head start with the next sort of stage, all around search engine optimization for your website, for your social media and Pinterest. And it gives you that first step into that keyword phrase world that a lot of my episodes are going to be touching upon it within the podcast. All with the view to getting you more discoverable in Google and like utilizing that in Pinterest as well. So your target wedding audience can discover you. You are attracting those people that you aspire to work with. I hope that was useful, and I very much hope to see you at the next podcast episode. Take it steady. Bye-bye. Download your free Who Do You Serve activity pack that takes you through the step-by-step activities to focus in on your niche and position yourself as the go-to wedding supplier within your specialism. Download it today following the link in the podcast show notes, or visit my website weddingbusinessgrowthcoach.com/biz-resources. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Wedding Business Growth Coach podcast. I would love to hear what you took away today and how you have implemented it into your business over on Instagram at Wedding Business Growth Coach. Please do DM me direct and I'll give you a shout out on my stories. See you next time.